trash. You see it, you smell it, but you never really think about it. And that's exactly how they want it. Because behind every pile of garbage is power.
By 2027, the waste management market is expected to grow into a $229 billion industry.
Profit.
You smell the trash and I smell money.
And centuries of history buried beneath the waste. First things first, when did humans even realize that waste was a problem? Truth is, we've always produced trash, ever since the beginning. But for most of human history, it didn't matter. Small populations, wide open land, nature cleaned up after us, until we started living together. And suddenly, even biodegradable waste became a threat. Take Scotland's Norloch, a beautiful water source, until people started dumping sewage into it for centuries. Eventually, it poisoned the groundwater. What was once a lake became a cesspool of disease. But not all ancient cultures waited for disaster. The Maya of Central America? They got organized. Once a month, they'd gather to burn trash in massive communal dumps. It wasn't necessarily recycling, but it was smart and way ahead of its time. Then, around 6,500 BCE, something incredible happened. In the heart of what's now Syria, the ancient city of Al Qaum built the world's first known wastewater management system. We're talking domestic drainage systems, gutters running through homes, connected to central street ditches. Some even had settling chambers, basically ancient grease traps to prevent blockages. It was smart, scalable, and overall, it worked. And that's when waste management officially became a human problem. Fast forward to 18th century England. Cities were booming. And so was the garbage. London streets filled with filth. There were no rules, no collection systems, and zero sanitation. Until a man named Corbin Morris proposed a radical idea. His idea was, why not clean the city and dump the waste somewhere else? By the late 1700s, the first organized waste systems appeared, called dust yards. Coal ash, or dust, was collected, recycled, and sold for brickmaking and farming. Poor workers, known as rag and bone men, salvaged everything from old clothes to broken metal. The rest? Sorted by dust contractors. This was one of the earliest examples of a circular economy, until coal ash lost its value and the whole system collapsed. Still, it changed how cities dealt with trash forever. So, where are we now?
America remains one of the most wasteful countries in the world, generating 239 million tons of garbage every year, about 1,600 or 1,700 pounds per person.
Now, we're drowning in trash. 4 billion people's garbage is dumped illegally or without regulation. That's over 40% of the world's waste. The US? It makes up just 4% of the global population, but generates a whopping 12% of the world's waste. Let that sink in for a moment. Every year, 1.3 billion tons of food is just wasted, and 14 billion pounds of garbage end up in the ocean, choking wildlife and wrecking ecosystems.
And yet this isn't even 1% of what we waste on a daily basis. Well, this is the latest delivery they've had here. This is about 6 tons of food waste. They'll get 30 deliveries just like this one every single day. And admittedly, a lot of the food is rotten and really smells bad.
Meanwhile, the Global Footprint Network says we're consuming natural resources 75% faster than the Earth can handle. That's not just unsustainable, that's suicidal. So, who's supposed to fix this? Enter the garbage empires. Companies like Veolia in France, which became the biggest in the world after absorbing rival Suez, or Waste Management Inc. in the US, raking in over $20 billion in just 2023 alone. Their job? Collect, sort, recycle, and safely dispose of our waste. But in reality, it's a little more complicated. Recycling rates? In the US, they're below 25%. Globally, many recycling systems are underfunded, unregulated, and inconsistent. And here's the kicker: not all waste is created equal. There's industrial waste from factories, hazardous waste like batteries and chemicals, and municipal solid waste, aka the stuff you throw out every day. Each one needs its own system, and most countries don't have one. Some wealthy regions, like Europe and North America, collect over 90% of their waste. Others, like Sub-Saharan Africa, barely hit 44%, and it's not slowing down. By 2025, cities are expected to generate 3 times more waste than they did in 2009. In Indonesia, the Bantar Gebang landfill is already 40 million tons deep and growing by 230,000 tons every single year. So what can you do? Start small. Use reusable bottles. Ditch plastic bags. Refuse single-use anything. Sort your trash. Follow local recycling rules. Because the truth is, this isn't just a corporate problem. It's a human one. And the longer we ignore it, the more it buries us. This waste crisis, it's not just about trash. It's about systems, power, and the people pulling the strings behind it all. Because behind every overflowing landfill, there's a contract, a profit margin, a decision made in the shadows. And this is just the surface. There are always layers hidden beneath. Keep going. You're not supposed to see what's next, but that's exactly why you should. Like, subscribe, and stay curious. And remember, the truth is never clean.